In this video, I'm going to show you how you can very quickly, honestly, in many cases, under than 5 minutes, remove all the filler words from your videos or your podcasts. And so the first thing that you're going to do is obviously drag and drop the file that you're working with and let Descript transcribe it. I'm showing you one that has already been transcribed. As you can see, when you are looking at the doc, right, you can see how there's, right? These are all kind of highlighted with that blue dash, which signifies that these are filler words, right? So they kind of stand out in the transcript itself as you were kind of skimming through it. But what you're going to do is if your Underlord tab is not open on the right-hand side like this, you're going to go ahead and actually just expand it. And then you're going to hover down into remove filler words. Once you tap that, as you can see, all of your filler words show up on this right-hand side. And then on the left-hand side here, it shows you how many. So this is kind of cool to see too, is like there's 87 filler words total in this 22-minute video. When I hit this search icon over here, what you can typically do is search for a specific filler word that might not be on your list here. So if you wanted to do that, you would go ahead and hit find, right? And you could easily do that. But I'm going to hover back into the remove filler words here. If I hit the all filler words here, what you're going to see is an option of all the different filler words that it's actually highlighted, which is pretty cool. You can see, I suppose, I guess, I mean, you see, you know what I mean, I say you know a lot. So that's when I'm happy that it's there, right? It's not just ums and uhs. And then it shows you the count next to those words. So the amount of times that I said right was 20 in this video, okay? Like, I said that 11 times, all right? 7 times. So I can keep this all selected, okay? And in one click, if I want to, if I just, keep it on delete and hit remove all, it's going to wipe out all of them, okay? The second method for doing this, which I have found over time, is actually sometimes worth doing, okay? Because sometimes when you remove all of it, you may accidentally remove a few segments where it made sense to say, or it made sense to say like, and it maybe seems a little too choppy because it removed that word automatically. So if that's the case, what you would do is basically hit the up or down arrow right here, okay? And as you can see in the transcript, it turns it into orange. The one that is selected is orange, and the right-hand side, you're actually, seeing the full sentence and how it's used. So basically what I can do, if I wanted to skip that, right, I could go straight to next result. And then as you can see, it goes and highlights that like in orange here. And then everything else, all the other words are highlighted in yellow, okay? So let's just say I come back to the like over here and I want to keep it, okay? So if I come over to the right-hand side here and hit skip, what this does is it ignores that result, right? So now all of a sudden in the transcript, you can see it's no longer yellow, right? It's no longer in this list of 87, right? When you look at all filler words, it's showing me 86 total filler words now instead of 87 because I removed it. That's how I would recommend if you have one or two instances you want to skim through and actually save and be like, yeah, this is not one I want to remove. Quickly go through, scroll through the right-hand side like that, hit skip on any of them that it's applicable to. So basically, once you have skimmed through this right-hand side, saved and skipped anything that you don't want to remove, let's say you're ready to remove everything, right? You come over here and you hit remove all, and it's gone, just like that, right? And what's cool is the in and out positions of all of these cuts are somewhat smooth, right? So it actually eases in. The audio is pretty good as it eases in. There can be some instances where, if you're talking really fast and, you don't give it a breath, okay, you might find that the audio is a little rushed. But for the most part, Descript does a phenomenal job of easily cutting all this out. Okay, so one more thing I want to show you is look here on the right-hand side. Okay, so look here, for example, I'm going to skip this one, okay? I'm going to remove everything. Boom, it's gone, right? Now, this one final result that's still showing on the right-hand side is because it scanned it again after I removed everything, and it basically found the one that I had skipped earlier, right? So it's good for you to kind of look one last time and go, okay, do I want to keep this? Do I want to remove it? If so, go ahead and skip it again or just leave it as is, and then your transcript is good to go. Let's say that as you are scrolling through one last time reviewing your transcript, you're like, okay, I want to put one of these filler words back in, because in many cases, sometimes it makes sense to have that filler word there just for the flow and, the speaking of dialogue, it flows naturally. So what you are basically going to do is come down in front of anywhere where you see this icon, right? The two lines stacked on top of each other. That signifies a cut. So in front of this and, right before it was a filler word. Just like that, if I scroll down a little bit more, I'm sure I can find a couple others right here. Who's looking to find, okay? If I basically right click that area or that word, just like that, what you're going to see is this option for restore removed media. Okay, so I would tap that, and then all of a sudden you see that was there and it's back. Okay, so if you find as you're scrolling, you're like, this didn't cut right, it didn't transition right, and I want that word back, that's all you got to do. Right click in front and hit restored media, and you are good to go. So that's all there is to it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you found this useful. If you have any questions, drop a comment. And of course, check out all the free tools and good stuff in the description below. I appreciate you hanging out and I appreciate your time, and I will see you on the next one.